Hey there, everybody. I hope you are all doing well. I am, I should say, in rainy Northeast Pennsylvania, where last week it was 90 degrees, hot and sunny, and then it was 45 degrees and cold and rainy, and this morning it was a nice 60 degrees, very nice for me, temperature-wise. And then all of a sudden the skies opened up and it is now dreary and rainy and sad looking outside. But I won't lie to you, rainy weather is my favorite kind of weather, which is strange because when I make cards, I tend to lean towards making really happy, bright, lots of rainbow cards. But my favorite time of year is either early spring when it's still cool but rainy, or kind of like those rainy fall days. I love those days. They are my favorite. But enough about the weather. We are here to look at the new Laura Kelly release. These just released yesterday, right? Was yesterday the first? I think so. My days are all kinds of mixed up. But this is the brand new Laura Kelly release. We have 2 6x8 stamp sets. There are 7 new toner sheets and 8 new colors of foil, and we're going to look at all of them. As we get started, as people are coming in, and I will mention this again, you're going to want to head over to the ThermoWeb blog. I believe the post went up yesterday. There is a giveaway over there, a gift card from ThermoWeb that you can use to buy all kinds of new goodies. And as well as Laura Kelly's new book is being given away. And Laura Kelly is so kind and gracious to give away this entire release. So you can enter for all 3 of those over on the ThermoWeb blog post from yesterday. I do have the chat pulled up on my phone just as I usually do so that we can chat along. You can ask questions and I can answer them. If you have comments about the card, anything that you'd like to see, any products that you'd like to see used, go ahead and leave that in the chat and I will definitely see that. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start with the toner sheets. Like I said, there are 7 new patterns and these are super cute. I love Laura Kelly's it's very childlike and very whimsical and just fun. So there are 7 patterns. We'll look at them one at a time. Spotty Dots is the first one. Baby Swiss Dots, which as simple as it is, I love this one. Dots are my favorite. Chunky checks, which is so cute. The checks, like they're not super straight lines. So it's not like a rigid, toner sheet. It's just fun. It's whimsical and fun. Here's Dauntless Diamonds, another one of my favorites. Sweet Swirls, Wacky Waves, and Sprinkled Stripes. Super cute. I love how they're kind of wonky. I just love them, and the names make me laugh. They're just really cute names. So 7 new toner sheets, 8 colors of foil. And I laid these down because with my bright lights, it's hard when I kind of show them up towards the camera. They kind of lose the vibrancy of their color, but I hope you can see how gorgeous this rainbow of foils is. And I will hold them up. We'll look at them one at a time. And hopefully we'll be able to see. There we go. There's Red Wagon. It's just like a really nice red color. Then we have Carrot Orange. I love this one. This is Sunshine Yellow, and I like this because it's kind of a golden yellow, but it's definitely different from the gold that I have. Then we have Parakeet Green, a nice, oh, see, there goes my camera. It doesn't like the foils. Parakeet Green is kind of like a nice little yellow green. This color is gorgeous. Denim Jeans Blue. I hope that you can see just how stunning that blue is. Then another one of my favorites is this Berry Purple. Love, love, love this one. My most favorites of all of them, Flamingo Pink. I just love this pink. It's super pretty. And then we have Magic Wand Silver. So I'll move these all back over, a whole rainbow of new foil colors. Then there are 2 6x8 stamp sets. We have Me and My Peeps, as well as Kindness on Purpose. I love the style of both of these. I'll hold them up so you can kind of see, like, they are clearly like hand-drawn little people, little family that you can build. Super fun. As soon as my 5-year-old son saw this, he goes, "Mom, look, it's people like me." And I'm like, yeah. He found this one and he goes, "It looks like me." So he loves this stamp set. And then there's this cute one too, Kindness on Purpose. I adore this cupcake. So cute. And this little wonky rainbow here. And the sentiments in here are really, really nice. Kindness matters, and this is a big sentiment. I love that you can go sprinkle kindness and have that go with the cupcake. Throw kindness around like confetti is a big, long sentiment, so you can use it on a slimline card, or you can, don't be afraid to cut your stamps and use it on an A2 card too. So there we go, the whole new line from Laura Kelly, toner sheets, foils, and stamp sets. So today, I thought that we would do some foiling, and we will also make a shaker card, because what's better than foil and shakers together? So I'm going to pick out some of my favorite patterns. I know I want to use this one because I love those dots, and I thought that I would also use, I think I haven't used the sweet swirls yet, so I think I'm going to use that for my background. I'm going to set the rest of these aside for now. And I have my card planned out, except for what color foils I wanted to use, because I kept going back and forth. I love these 3 darker foils, the Flamingo Pink, Berry Purple, and Denim Jeans Blue. But I think I'm going to go with something kind of more simple in the background. I think I'm going to go with silver so that it doesn't take away from the front of my card, because I'm going to use some of those cute little images. So I think I'm going to use silver. But then I also love, I don't have any orange foils in my stash. So I'm going to go ahead and use carrot orange, because I don't know, I'm feeling carroty today, I guess. So let's do some foiling. These are cut to just about 5 3/4 inches square, and the foil is 6 by 6 inches. So you can see here how you can easily foil the whole sheet without having to trim anything. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and just foil the whole thing today. But first, let's do a little bit of ink blending just to bring some more color into these. So on my background, I'm going to show you, I have these fun clay flowers that I fell in love with these, and I've been using them in a couple shakers, and I thought they would be so cute against this Sweet Swirls pattern. And the good thing is that there are so many colors in this shaker mix that I can use any color of foil and any color of ink blending. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think that I'm going to bring in a bit of light blue into my background. So I have a blending brush, and let's see here. I'm going to go, I like to use dye inks for no particular reason other than that's just what I have in my stash. I have dye and hybrid inks, but for some reason on the toner sheets, I just feel like the dye inks kind of smooth over a little bit better. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring in a bit of color into the background. And whether you are, I've done watercoloring, I have done Distress Oxide sprays on these backgrounds. You can do Copic coloring, ink blending. You can do your coloring before or after your foiling. It does not matter. I like to save time and do my ink blending or my color medium beforehand. I turned on my laminator about 5 minutes before I came on, so the ready light is on. But I like to make sure my laminator is nice and hot. And so it makes me feel like I'm saving time if I ink blend and add color while my laminator is heating up. So I'm gonna leave it like that. You can see I didn't take any care to kind of smooth over the background. I like that kind of blotchy look when I'm doing a background, especially for a shaker card, because it brings a little bit of dimension to the card. So I'm gonna get rid of my ink. Before I go any further, I am going to just wipe this off. This is something that I do before foiling, even if I haven't added any color to the background, but especially if I've added color, I like to just give it a little bit of elbow grease just to make sure that there's no maybe fuzz from my blending brush or any ink left on top of the toner. And I'll set that one aside. I want to add just a little bit of color on here, and I think, I was gonna go yellow, but maybe, I think I might go with this kind of yellowy orange color. I like that color, yes. That was a good choice. And while I'm just ink blending away, don't forget, if you are not a member of the ThermoWeb Facebook group, be sure to join us there. There's lots of inspiration there. Feel free to ask questions here when I come on and do my lives, as well as if you're in the Facebook group, you'll see lots of people ask questions specific to various techniques. And so far, everybody's, I think, has gotten answers to help them along their crafting journey. So definitely join the ThermoWeb Facebook group. Don't forget to visit the blog for all those giveaways that I mentioned in the first part of the video. There's a gift card giveaway from ThermoWeb, as well as Laura Kelly's book. And Laura Kelly is giving away this whole release, so you definitely want to head over to the blog and get in on those. Alrighty, so once again, just gonna give that a little bit of wipe, or a little wipe. Okay, now it's time to foil. So I have Deco Foil parchment paper. I am using a new piece today. I use my parchment paper until it gets crinkly and until I feel like the foil might not transfer well. I like to cut this down just a little bit. I find that it helps me get a smoother transfer, I guess you could say. So I'm just going to trim this down just a little bit. I usually go about 8 by 8, and then I have a leftover piece that's just good enough for when I do slimline cards. I think I went 7 by 8 this time. Oh well, that doesn't matter, I suppose. Okay, so let's see. I think we said we're gonna go Magic Wand Silver on top of the Sweet Swirls. And again, like I said, these are sized perfectly so that you don't need to do any kind of trimming, which is fabulous for me. I'm going to put this into my Deco Foil parchment paper carrier. Smooth that over really well. And just pop that into my laminator. And this is the part that takes the most amount of time. I swear laminators are like the slowest machines in the world because you just want your craft stuff now, and it's not coming right now. And remember, you guys, if you want to chat, if you have comments, questions, anything, feel free to ask me. And there's people from ThermoWeb here too. I think Julia is here. So if I can't answer a question, she certainly will be able to. We're almost there with the first one. I suppose I like to run this through twice. I say this in every live, I feel like, and I really should experiment with whether or not I need to run it through twice, but I've noticed that with my laminator, like any machine that has rollers, I have like a dead spot. Like if you'll notice with your die cutting machine, you kind of get a dead spot where your cutting machine doesn't cut, and it's because the rollers just get weak in that one spot. So I will run my my piece through like kind of towards the left, face up, and then I will flip it and run it through over on the right, face down. So that way it just makes me feel better because I have a dead spot in the middle of my machine. Let's go ahead and foil the baby Swiss dots with the carrot orange. So again, I don't think I mentioned the first time, but you want to make sure that the back side, Jack's baby, My 5-year-old is playing Jurassic Park in the next room. You want to make sure that the back side of your foil, so I mean they're both kind of pretty sides, but I always say pretty side is the colored side. So the back side of your foil, you want to make contact with your medium, which in this case is the toner, but if you're using any kind of Deco Foil transfer gel, that would be your medium in that case. So back of the foil against your medium, pretty side facing up, looking at you. I'm just going to flip that over and kind of line this up so that it's right in the middle, so that if it happens to wiggle, I am safe and covered. First one is done. And I'm going to put this one in here nice and smooth. Oh, I have a crease. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. It's in the corner, so it should be fine. But we shall see with my picky little laminator. All right, that one's going through. And while it is, we can do the reveal of this one. Oh, it's so perfect. Yay! Check this out. I hope you can see that silver against the blue. It's so pretty. I love it. And I always say don't throw away your backer piece, because look at how pretty that is. That's perfect. So you can use a Deco Foil toner sheet and run this through, and you'll have this reverse pattern. Or I like to use iCraft 6x6 easy cut adhesive sheets, and that way you don't have to use your laminator the second time around. You could just create like a full sticky background and have this go right on top. And this is the Magic Wand silver foil. It's so pretty with the sweet swirls. That's going to provide a great background. I like to have backgrounds that are shiny and pretty, but it's not really going to take away from the other pattern that we're going to have in the front. It's going to work really well together because you kind of have like a neutral with a bright color. So I will put this to the side. That second one is almost coming through, the baby Swiss dots with the carrot orange. We're almost there. I think it'll be another 5 seconds. Here we go. The waiting is the horrible part. Here we go. Just gonna give it a minute to cool because it is hot. And then I will peel this one off. Oh, yay! Okay, I hope you can see. It's hard when it's dark and dreary outside, but there is that carrot orange on top of the baby Swiss dots. And again, like, look, you have another perfect background pattern, and this would be so fun as a full background. And you could just put a die cut sentiment on top because this has so much color and just that little bit of texture left behind that you could just easily create a second card with that. So here we go. 2 toner sheets, foiled and pretty and ready to go. I'm going to turn off my laminator so I don't burn myself. And we're going to do some Copic coloring. I did go ahead and stamp my images and cut them out ahead of time just because I didn't want you to have to sit here and watch me fussy cut, but you do have to watch me color. But the good thing is these images are so small and so cute that it's not going to take long. Jackson, baby, I need you to be just a little bit quieter. That's okay. Love you.
Play farmer, not Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay. Play farmer. Just a little bit quieter. Love you. Alrighty, so we're going to use the Me and My Peeps stamp set. And I specifically stamped these 3 people because these are the ones that my 5-year-old son Jax picked out to represent our family. So this is Daddy, this is Jax, and this is me. And he picked this one because I do wear a lot of sundresses in the summer. But he made a funny comment. I don't know if any of you know me personally. I'm not sure who's here today. But at the start of the pandemic last year, I have always hated hair. I don't like hair, specifically my hair. I've never liked it on my neck. So when I was about 13, I cut it very short, like bob short. And I always wanted to buzz my head. I wanted to be one of those brave girls who goes with hairless. But I'm a waitress, and so as a waitress, so much emphasis is put on your appearance. And at the start of COVID last year, I said, well, I don't have a job. I lost my job, so now's the time if I'm going to do it. And so I did it. I buzzed my head, and I never looked back. And so now once a week, we have hair cutting day in my house, and I cut my husband's hair, I cut Jax's hair, and I cut my hair, and we just go right down the line with the, you know, the buzzers and just buzz our heads. And so he said, he's like, Mom, none of the girls have really short hair. And I'm like, well, yeah, but Mom's hair isn't a normal girl's hair. Mom did something super special. And he goes, well, you used to have hair, so go with this one because she's the pretty one. So this is the pretty one, and so this one's me. So we're gonna color. I already stamped with a Copic Safe ink, and I cut them out ahead of time so you wouldn't have to watch me color, or cut rather. But these are small images, and I have large fingers, so they're kind of going to get in the way as I color. So I'm going to take a bit of purple tape and just kind of do that whole, you know, like ball it up trick. I'm going to stick it behind, and I'm going to stick these onto some paper. That way, it'll hold onto my paper as if I haven't cut them out yet, and I will have an easier time coloring. This is a trick that I learned many years ago from somebody on YouTube, and I don't know who. It could have been Christina Werner, it could have been Jennifer McGuire. I don't know where I learned originally, but there we go. They are stuck on that paper now. I'm gonna grab my bin of Copic markers. Let's see if I can zoom in without my camera hating me. I think we're good. I'm gonna do a little bit of very, very easy peasy Copic coloring. So I'm gonna go for my skin tones. He wants them to look like, I want them to look like us. And we all have very, very fair skin. We are either this color or red when we have too much time in the sun. There is no in between. So I'm gonna go E21 and just add a little bit of an outline. And I'm doing very easy coloring. What's up, baby? Go ahead.
I can't find my Harry Potter dress outfit.
I do not know where your Harry Potter costume is. I will try to find it when I'm done here, okay? Can you give me like 30 minutes?
It says on my new picture.
Yes. Give me a little bit and I will find it for you, okay? This is, okay. This is E00, and I'm just going to blend out that E21. I'm leaving a little bit of space up at the top for the hair on the guys. Let's see, I think we need a little bit of pink for the cheeks. So I'm gonna go R11. And just add a little bit of pink. For the hair on the guys, we're gonna go nice and easy. Jackson, babe. He's been so quiet all day long. And as soon as I come on, he's like, could I make a ruckus? Just add a little bit. This is E35. I think I'm out of camera. I have to remember. When I color, I hold the caps in my hand because otherwise they will get lost. So I have to remember whenever I'm doing videos to put the marker cap down. I'm gonna come just down a little bit on her hair. And I have all my markers grouped together that I knew I would. Jackson, baby, I need you to turn that off because remember I said Mommy is on the computer today. So how about when I'm done, you can turn your blow up on? I know. but it's very loud. He has a blow-up minion, and we live on a very main street in a not a huge city, but a decent enough city that blow-ups get stolen off of front lawns all the time. So he keeps it inside, and he wanted to blow it up. I'm gonna go ahead and color. I think I'm gonna go, let's do blue for the dress here. Just a light blue. I have both blue and yellow markers out, and I didn't know if I would go blue dress with yellow polka dots or yellow dress with blue polka dots. But because my background paper is like that yellow orangey color, I think I'm gonna go more of a blue dress and accent with the yellow. So I use B04, this is B02, and then I have B00. And I like to show you guys, my coloring is very simple. It's very easy. I start dark and then I go light. And these images are so easy to color that in some places, like these dots, I'm not even gonna add any shading. I'm just gonna come, I keep forgetting, come right in with Y19. I missed a bit in this corner here. And all I have done ahead of time to prep for this card is, I mean, I had the idea, so I had that done. But other than that, all I did was to stamp and cut my images. So we are going to be creating a card pretty much start to finish right in this live, and you're gonna see how easy it is to use these Laura Kelly supplies because the stamps are just, they're so easy to work with and they are just absolutely adorable. Okay, so I have E55 and E53. I'm going to color the pants khaki. My husband and my son, they both, I think probably because my husband wears a lot of khaki, my son likes to wear khaki. So just really quick, really easy. And you can color these, of course, however you feel most comfortable with markers, with watercolors, pencils. I'm not very comfortable with pencils, so I won't be using pencils. That's something that I do need to work on. Anytime anybody says, what's one thing you wish you were better at? It's definitely colored pencils. I'm going to try to stick to the same colors here. I feel like when you're coloring or making a card, if I remember my mom saying once, she's an art teacher, and I remember her saying once, if you can repeat the color at least once throughout your piece, it makes it look more cohesive. And that's something that has always stuck with me. So I have yellow and blue here, and so I think I'm gonna go yellow and blue for the shirts too. I'm going to just do some brown shoes on both of them because, again, my husband wears brown shoes, so my son likes to wear brown shoes or Crocs. Him and his Crocs. For his little tank top here, I'm starting B04. And we'll go B02. And then finish up with B00. And then all three of these images that took me, I don't even know how long, but minutes to color. And look at that. That's our little family. Super cute. And now I can just pop them right off. That purple tape is strong enough to hold them there while I color, but it's not going to damage the images at all. I'm just going to peel that right off.
You made all my people.
I made you, just like I said I would. You, Mommy, and Daddy. Yeah? Okay. All right, now we are ready to build up a shaker card. I'm going to zoom back out. I have a few products here. Where did I put them? Here they are. I'm going to be creating my frame.
Look at the people.
You may. They're right here. You may look at them, but please don't take them away. I'll cut my frame with this. This is the reverse scallop rectangles die from Pink and Maine. You can use, if you have just 2 rectangle dies, you can stack them together to create a frame, or you can, if you have one of those paper trimmers with the slider, then you can create your own frame. I just like to have these laying around because I think they're fancy. And then I have this, I think it's just called Giant, is it Giant? Giant Sending Big Hugs. This is from Lawn Fawn. I'm going to cut this toner sheet with this, and then I'm going to kind of arrange our little family around this giant sentiment. So I'm just going to have a simple white frame, but I was just thinking if I can find it. Here it is. Why not? I thought let's use some flock because I am a very tactile person. Whenever somebody sends me a card, if it's shiny or shimmery or any kind of anything, I touch it. So I like to use flock even just for die cutting sentiments because I think it just adds something a little bit extra special. And if I'm going to use white cardstock anyway, might as well use the white flock. So I need to cut this down to size, and you can use scissors or a paper trimmer. If you're using scissors, just go ahead and cut it. But if you're going to use a paper trimmer, you do want to make sure that you are cutting with the back side facing up. Otherwise, your flock might shred a little bit. So I'm going to cut this so that it's just a little bit larger. Careful. Don't lose my peoples. Oh, you can see your hand in there. Did you want to say hello? Say it.
Hello.
So this is the White Latte Deco Foil flock. And now once it's cut down to size, I'm just going to die cut it just as if it was cardstock. So the fuzzy side is up because that's the positive side. That's the side that I want to be showing. And I need to get my cutting plates. Okay, watch your fingers. I don't want you to get hurt.
I want help.
Oh, you want to help? Okay. So I'm just going to put this right on my die cutting platform. And we're going to cut it just like as if it was cardstock. Okay, go ahead. Use your muscles, quick. Can you get it? There you go, keep going. Almost there. There we go, good.
You see?
Okay. This is the piece that I need. So there we go. It cuts just like cardstock. You get that perfect cut, but it's fuzzy and it has just a little something extra to it. I'm going to put that away before that gets lost. And while I have my die cutting machine out, do you need to keep that piece? Go ahead, you can keep it. Go ahead and put it on your craft table. While I have, bless you, my die cutting machine out, I'm going to go ahead and die cut the Sending Big Hugs. I want to make sure that I have as much of the polka dot pattern in my word as possible. And since this is not a see-through die, I'm not really going to be able to see through it, but I'm going to kind of position it until I see, like, see how I have like gaps here where there's no dot? That means there's probably one inside the G. I don't have dots here, so it's probably going to be inside of here. I'm going to put this right in the middle of my paper, and that is because I can go ahead then and use the background, the backer piece. I can even use it to create a second shaker card later on if I wanted to. So I'm going to just tape that down using some purple tape. Remember that the purple tape is formulated to be pressure sensitive. So give it a little bit of pressure and then you can see here, it won't budge. And I'm just going to die cut this Baby Swiss Dots toner sheet. Let's see. I'm going to toss that away. And I am going to keep these negative pieces. Let's see, I have a little bowl here. It houses my chapstick, so don't mind my chapstick. But I will put all my negative pieces in there. And that way I can go back and use this piece if I want to. There we go. Set that to the side. Set that to the side and check this out. Oops, I have one more piece to pop out. And I actually have not used this die before, so I think I'm missing my tittle. Did that get stuck in there or did I throw it in with my extra pieces? Here it is. The tittle is the little top to the eye. Found it. Good thing I didn't just swipe it all into the garbage, but check this out. Don't be afraid to die cut those toner sheets because now I have this pretty yellow because we did the ink blending. And let's see if I can get close with that carrot orange. It's so pretty and it's so fun. I love die cutting toner sheets because it's just like die cutting cardstock, but you have that extra something special in the background. So we'll put that there. Let's build our shaker card. I'm going to actually pile all of my bits up onto here so that I don't lose them because I am quite accident prone. I have, this is the flock piece. I need to find, I had my tape out. There it is. I think that this is 1/8 of an inch. I am very bad with measurements, but this is just easy tear tape from iCraft. And I'm just going to tape, this is the back side of the flock frame. I need to add acetate to create the shaker. I'm going to grab my bone folder so that I can press that tape on to make sure that it's forming a good bond, because the good thing about this tape is that until you really press it on, you could move it around. Then I'm going to go ahead and go around all 4 sides and remove that tape. All my nails, I've been doing so much gardening that, you know, when you garden, like you get dirt under your nails, so I hate that feeling. I hate the look of dirt under your nails, and I can't stand the feeling, so I've been doing my gardening, and so every night I've been like trimming and filing, and so now I have no nails. And then actually one of my nails broke badly yesterday to the point where, you know, when your nail breaks and it makes you want to cry, but you don't want to cry because then you're that stereotypical, like, I broke my nail feeling. That was me yesterday. It hurt. I have a piece of acetate. This is just, it's from Brutus Monroe. The type of acetate does not matter at all. You could use clear packaging from like a child's toy or from anywhere really. I just happen to have this and it's already cut to the size that I need, and it would be really easy to use if I could see the clear acetate and line it up perfectly. I did not. That's okay. I'll trim away the excess. Easy peasy. No need to worry. I think that's good. Okay, now there are new jumbo rolls of foam tape from iCraft. Let's see. Here's mine. There's 1/8 of an inch and 1/16 of an inch. And last time I used 1/16 of an inch because I mentioned that I like it for just a little bit of lift. but because we're doing a shaker card today, I want mega lift. So I have the 1/8 of an inch, and this is one that I just bought and I haven't used it yet, so great news, I know exactly where the end is because that fancy blue piece is there. I am actually, because I am somebody who likes a lot of lift with my shaker cards, I'm even going to double up this double thick foam tape. I hate when shaker bits kind of get stuck, so I'm going to double up. And so now I have 1/8 and 1/8 is 1/4. I was never good at fractions in school. In fact, I was homeschooled until high school, and I was so bad at fractions that I remember being in my dad's office. He taught math, and I remember being in his office crying because I couldn't do fractions, and my sister, who was a grade below me, was over my shoulder, you know, as little sisters do, antagonizing me and laughing and saying, Lynnea, 1/8 and 1/8 is 1/4. Why don't you know that? So I still to this day loathe fractions. And my son starts kindergarten this year. And I know that he's not going to be doing fractions this very first year of school. But I have already informed my husband that when fractions come up, I'm not doing them. I'm not going to relive that portion of my childhood. Okay, anyway, back to crafting because that is something that I can do. I'm going to just take this foam tape. I trimmed it right up the middle so that it was skinny enough to go along the sides of my shaker frame. And I'm going to just go ahead and outline my shaker window. You do want to make sure that all edges are, I always say all edges are covered, but what I mean is you want to make everything touch so that none of your shaker bits can escape. You want to make a little prison for your shaker bits. You don't want them going anywhere. So I'm going to make sure that all of my edges are butting up against each other. I'm just a tad short. I mean, I'm 5'2", so I know all about being a tad short, but that's besides the point. So I need just a bit extra. Let's see if this will work. Goodness, like I said, I have filed and filed and filed my nails until they are non-existent anymore. And then I try to craft. Okay, that'll work. Great. Here's another tip with shaker cards. You want to take your powder tool, whether you have one like this or a little bag like this, and go around the inside of your foam tape because the sides of your foam tape are going to be a little bit sticky too. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some powder. That's going to prevent your shaker bits from sticking to the inside. Jackson, I hear banging. Thank you. That's going to prevent your shaker bits from sticking to the inside of your well. So here is my idea. I want this to go right on top of here. And I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because the great thing about this Sweet Swirls is that I don't have to worry about it getting exactly aligned. But I am going to add my shaker filling onto the actual background rather than into the well of my card. I'm going to add it here. That way I can go like this and make sure, because I have this habit, and I think a lot of us do, I either add way too much shaker filling or not enough. And so my shaker either looks too full or very anemic. Neither is what I'm going for. I'm going to add some silvery champagne-y stars. I think that's going to help bring out that Magic Wand silver foil in the background. And just kind of spread that out a little bit. Sticking to myself. Then I'm going to take off the backer of this tape. I love these jumbo foam tape rolls. The backer of the tape is super, super easy to remove, which is great for me. I'm going to remove all 4 sides. I have some areas where I had to add in little pieces. There we go. Get that garbage out of the way because I have been known to accidentally seal up a portion of my backer tape inside of my shaker card. And that's never good. And then I'm just going to line this up right at the corner of the cardstock. There we go. Give that a good press. Because again, you don't want any of those little shaker fillings escaping. Oh, yay. It's working. It always makes me so happy when shakers shake. Now I'm going to go ahead and just trim away the excess here. And remember, don't throw these pieces away. You can always use them on another card for an accent strip or something. So I'm going to put those over there. I'm going to come up close to the camera so I hope you can see that Magic Wand foil in the background. All those pretty shaker flowers in there. And then I don't know if you can see the texture, but from the flock. Super, super fun. Okay, now let's finish off the rest of the card. I'm going to put this Sending Big Hugs right in the middle. And I'm going to use my new, let's see if I can find it. This is iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive in a pen. I was so excited when this came out because the Ultra Bond adhesive is my favorite and go-to, my only liquid adhesive. And I have already used so much of this pen. There we go. It's amazing. No more need for that big bottle because I am so clumsy. Clumsy me with glue. And so especially when adding little sequins, this pen has been a lifesaver because I cannot tell you how many times I've dropped my Ultra Bond bottle right in the middle of my project. All the things you guys don't see on the videos that my husband hears from the other room. Sometimes there is swearing in crafting. I'm going to go ahead and just add, you can add little dots even with this pen. Love it. Oops. I'm going to go ahead and the good thing about the Ultra Bond, it's the same as the old Ultra Bond, but it dries absolutely clear and it holds on strong to all kinds of surfaces. Love it. Okay. Sticking on that Sending Big Hugs. Now I had the tittle somewhere. There it is. I don't know if that other eye in Sending has a tittle. I might have to look really quick and see. Any of you guys with kids are going to know exactly what I'm saying. It's very quiet in my house right now, and that is frightening to me because I don't know what I'm going to find. I don't think it does have a little tittle, so if it does, it doesn't on this card. Okay, now I thought, how cute would it be to kind of have this guy right in the middle of the eye? Maybe we'll put me down here and my husband Brent up here. Do we think? Or should I go up above? Yeah, I think I like that better just because his arm is kind of coming out here. So now I need to find, this is another new iCraft adhesive, 3D foam squares in check out this easy dispenser box. You just pull on this little tab here. Oh, well, mine just broke. Because I'm live. It only broke because I'm live, because I've been using this for a couple weeks now. But because I'm live, it broke. Like I said, sometimes there is swearing in crafting. Okay, now you get to see how we start a box of these. I'm going to go ahead and just add a couple of these. I need my scissors so I can cut this in half because her body is awfully skinny, unlike mine. Hey, Bebs.
Hey,
what you doing?
How you make something a shaker?
How do I make a shaker?
Uh-huh.
Is that something you need to learn how to make?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I could teach you.
After I find my Harry Potter stuff.
I've tried your Harry Potter stuff first. Okay, so when you get this box, you're just gonna kind of pull this tab and then fold over. I don't want to waste all of these, and then this part folds in. And then you would just easily pull here on this tab and they would pop right out for you. But I think I got a little bit rough with mine. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on here so that I don't waste them.
What's you doing?
I am finishing up my card. What have you been doing? Yeah?
Looking up.
You took my flock. Did you play with flock? That was the fuzzy stuff. Did you play with it?
No.
No? Where'd you put it?
Just in my craft stuff.
Oh, with your craft stuff?
I'm going to use that for my ocean.
Oh, for an ocean. That's a good idea. Hey, tell them, what's this stuff?
Tinsel.
Tinsel. My son, like I said, he's 5. He crafts. It used to be right alongside of me until he said, hey, Mom, you have your own stuff. Why don't I have my own stuff? And so one day he went up to my parents and I set up a whole craft station for him. I had a whole set of blender brushes that I wasn't using. He has his own inks, a whole set of inks. He's got paper. He's got his own set of stamps. He even has an old Misty that I wasn't using.
And don't forget this.
Oh, yes, and he has his own little cart, just like I have. And he loves foils. He calls them tinsels, and he absolutely loves them. He has stolen...
Not foil.
Yeah, I know, tinsel. He has stolen so many of mine that I get to go on a shopping spree and replace some. He loves the shiny things, but he always tells me not the ones with the glitter in them. He just likes the regular tinsel. Okay, so I added those, my family, right on top. This card is done, and I think it took us less than an hour, so that's not bad for a shaker card with foiling and die cutting and coloring, start to finish, in 1 hour. I know this one was a little bit longer than my usual ones, but check that out. There's so much goodness in there. It's hard with my bright lights, but you can see those sweet swirls in the background with the Magic Wand Silver. In the front, we have the baby Swiss foil or toner sheets with the carrot orange foil. And then, of course, the Me and My Peeps stamp set that I colored up to look just like our family. And we even did some extra. We did some die cutting of flock here, and we created this fun little shaker card. Now, I should mention that the tape I used is 1/8 of an inch thick. You definitely don't need to double it up like I do and create like a box card. But I think it's fun to have all that movement in there, but because ThermoWeb has those 2 different widths of tape, you definitely don't have to. That's just personal preference. But there we go. I hope that you've enjoyed this big shaker card. Go ahead, you can shake it. Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Can I have it back?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. He likes to steal my things. I make cards and then he steals them. So there you go. If you guys have any last questions, please ask me. Thank you all for joining me. I know this one went a little bit longer than you're probably used to with my live videos, but I had a lot of fun making this card. I hope you had fun looking at the whole Laura Kelly release. Before we go, remember to go over to the ThermoWeb blog. Get your entries in to win a gift card to win Laura Kelly's book, and Laura Kelly is graciously giving away the entire release. So thank you so much to Laura Kelly. I love these products. They're so cute and whimsy. I love that you made a whole stamp set where you can build your own family. That's super fun. And I think that is it. So I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.